Hello, and welcome to today's little historic Best of 3 Magic the Gathering Arena guide. Our deck today will be Boros Enchantress. This is another one of my mini decks that I would like to think I've homebrewed. I'm sure there's people who have, but the basic deck more or less functions like this. Being any sort of Enchantress deck, we need creatures that synergize with enchantments. The main one in Historic being Core Spirit Dancer. Gets bigger when you have auras attached directly to it, and when you just cast auras in general, regardless of the target, you draw cards. SRAM does a similar effect. Of course, he doesn't get bigger with any auras attached to him, but he's a better creature on his own. But really the most important bit is the extra card draw for your enchantments. And Champion of the Flame is kind of like Core Spirit Dancer in that it's another creature that gives or is an enchantment payoff. Oop, one moment. Pardon, I had a sneeze. The Champion of Flame, again, was what we were last on. This is basically the core. Well, this and the Valda Keeper of the Flame, which on the beginning of your combat, for each, in this case, aura spell attached to Valduk, you make a 3/1 red elemental creature token with trample and haste, and you exile them at the end of the turn. That is the basic setup of our payoff creatures. We have some good removal in the form of Skyclave Apparition and Bone Crusher Giant. And we have good card draw spells, not only in say the Core Spirit Dancer and the SRAM, but also light up the stage. Standard protection spells and creatures like Alseid of Life's Bounty, Karametra's Blessing, and Selfless Savior to help protect the creatures we try and Voltron up. Escape Velocity being able to give our creatures haste, and also being able to make use of our graveyard once we no doubt eat a couple of Wraths. And all the glitters and angelic gifts, again, just more enchantments to stick on our big enchantment creatures, our payoffs, and then we just try and swing in really early and really hard. I have two little, I guess you would call them, relax, play nice with your sister. I have two little personal kind of pet cards in Swiftblade Vindicator. And Swiftblade Vindicator is, again, this little red-white 1/1 double strike vigilance trampling little human. It's a good little card to steal game ones with, as once you put on a couple of, say, enchantments, like your Frenzied Rages, or your Angelic Gifts, or your All the Glitters, it can get very big and take over games quick. As for land base, good amount of basics, and really whatever sort of Boros color identity lands that you can get will go in here just fine. Just avoid temples if you can. And I only have one castle in here as a way to kind of dump a lot of mana if you happen to flood. Sideboard, pretty simple. The other pet card, of course, is Outlaw's Merriment against those really late ultra super control games that the kind that like plan winning off of like a Teferi Hero of Dominaria Ultimate. Those kinds of like really slow ones. Have two Wrath of Gods, two Sweltering Suns, just sweepers. Pretty self-explanatory whether they're useful. Of course, Sweltering Suns can be cycled if you happen to make a bad call and you don't need it. Archon of Emeria, good against decks that like to pull out a lot of spells in a turn. Your aggros, your elves, stuff like that. And the non-basics entering tapped from your opponent helps to sort of kind of, we'll say, slow down those really greedy 3 and 4 color, or even the occasional 5 color deck. And Just Strike and Devout Decree are just some good creature removal spells to get rid of like really problem sticky things, like your Phyrexian Obliterators or your Giants. And I have one copy of Rolling Vortex just against the occasional one-off like Soul Sisters deck you'll see, as well as just if we need to in those really long control games, add yet another clock onto a game. And that is the basics of the deck. And as is the case with these, we'll do maybe 2 or 3 of these. And then we'll probably call it, and then, yeah, I think that'll be roughly what the plan is today. So, with that, we'll go... Oh, good. Just start directly into the games. I do apologize if the music was a little loud in the background. Still trying to kind of find my footing here with like small little behind the scenes stuff. So for instance, like the having to sneeze and pause the or not pause, like turn off the mic, little stuff like that. I do apologize about that. With all that out of the way, let's get into the game. And we're an aggro deck at heart, so we love to play first. We're pretty low to the... You know what? We're pretty low to the ground. Let it be known that I'm not over the moon about this, but we'll just turn one Selfless Savior. And just kind of, figure it out from there, really. Ah! I think we're gonna just go ahead and attack. We don't want to try and stomp the Firebrand, since if it sacrifices itself, it can kind of mess up the targeting, and if the stomp fizzles, the creature just goes directly to the graveyard. Has those Goblin King sleeves, which was very good. Oh, are you just... You know, most of those Goblin decks don't run. Huh. Anywho, what you consider typical Goblins in the historic meta don't normally run... oh, that's not good. Run Firebrand, but maybe it's a budget choice. I mean, we're not, like, dead. I believe, as we are trying to figure out, you know, what we're gonna do as we sideboard, I think we'll just bring in a couple sweepers and take out those Vindicators. Forgotten Cave. Huh. I must admit, this could, I don't know where this is gonna go. Okay, so this is just like a Goblins deck. So yeah, I think we know what we're gonna loosely do here. This is something to do, I suppose. Go ahead and at least attempt to make him... Oh. But yeah, we'll just make him try and use whatever spells he has or tricks to try and squeeze it out. We'll just make this go as long as we can hope to make it. 1, 2, 3... You might have a Muxus, at which point we kind of hate our life. But you wouldn't attack with that if you had a Muxus. You would have used them for mana. Ah, I see. I mean, honestly, that's not that bad. That could have been, like, far, far worse. Let's see, what's it, like, 4? I don't like those lands because I can't tell how many. But I think their plan still remains kind of the same. We'll see. Yeah, we'll see if just bringing in a lot of sweepers is enough here. It might not be. Let it be known. Go ahead and play another Skyclave Apparition and take out the Goblin Warlord. If he's basically on top deck mode now, we might as well... Or hopefully, because he's on top deck... Oh, nope, never mind. Not if he top decks a Goblin Matron. Yeah, that's kind of what I expected. He's gonna play some big old dudes. Huh. Yeah. Hey, total brick. Not total brick, but damn near it. Right now I'm just gonna try and pull up enough blockers to maybe do something here. You know what? I think we'll go ahead and just go to game 2. Again, I don't mind losing these decks. I just kind of hope to, like, show what the deck can do, ideally. You know, a couple Justice Strikes might not be the worst thing on the planet, actually. So maybe a couple Wraths, a couple Sweltering Suns and Justice Strikes. Swift Blades, you're gone. Maybe we get rid of some of the protection stuff. Don't really need those as much. Honestly, we'll probably get rid of one Skyclave, seeing how you can, in response, sack it to a Skirk Prospector. To be fair, if the man wins, he just happens to win. Or, if they happen to win, let's not be rude and assume. That's better. Ideal? No, but it'll do. We could be in some trouble. But maybe not. That sweeper is actually kind of massively important. Go ahead and draw the card. These decks don't really usually run a whole lot of interaction, but I think we'll play it safe. Yeah, for the most part, I think we're doing alright here. There's a Skirk, which is less than ideal, but I think we'll be alright. Play another probably all that glitters. Can it sacrifice itself? Go ahead and still continue with the plan of playing the all the glitters. Where X is the number of goblins on the battlefield. Let's see if he flubs up the order here. For if he does, I can take advantage of this. Alright. Now, is it ideal? Of course not. Go ahead and... You probably just chump blocks with a dude, but really that's actually kind of important. Because with a Skirk Prospector on the field, every chump block is a dude spent. That, you know, isn't coming at my face. Ah! That was a good play. If he plays like a Trash Master or something... Well, that does suck. It is not, in fact, the end of the world. Again, right now, we're just going to play it safe. I believe that we have the ability to, like, turn the corner eventually. I am, however, not going to attack. Go ahead and leave the block rep. Maybe if I draw, like, a nice enchantment or something. I think we'll go ahead and play SRAM and keep the Alseid open if need be. Again, we're looking to, like, maybe just play, like, or get one or two really good enchantments. And with the Alseid, we can give it protection from red, at which point it can go through all of the blockers that our opponent might otherwise be able to field. I believe this is Miss Autumn Burchett's version, because I believe the version that she took to the most recent appropriate event, I believe she was the only one that took Herald's Horn. I might be wrong. There's a very real chance that I am misremembering that. So yeah, we'll just, again, hold the same thing. Fingers crossed we'll eventually hit a aura to start drawing and netting actual card draw. On the board as it stands right now, a single aura on one of our creatures turns into a divination, which is nice. Herald Horn pulling a Skirk, which is fine. Mountain off the top is good. Bit of a brick. Again, we're like really close to getting in there. Okay, Karametras is not what we need, so I guess we just play a Champion of the Flame. Try and match their blockers and hope to God he doesn't draw the nuts. Although now with the Karametras and the Alseid, we can at least, in a pinch, target the Alseid itself and gain a few life should the situation call for it. Herald Horn trigger. See what's on the top, even though we know what's on the top. It is not what he needs. Goblin Instigator off the top, and then a mountain, which is good. We aren't out of it, we're just waiting for a very good draw here. Like an escape velocity. That will do it. That might literally act... Depending on what we draw, it could maybe win us the game. I don't know the math, so we're just kind of winging it and hoping to God it sticks. And of course, we will draw with all of the subsequent triggers. Again, turning a 1-mana enchantment into a divination. We will gladly take the action. Are you kidding me if I draw more lands? Gonna lie, it's a little annoying. If I were to attack 15, he goes to 5, so Stomp is not enough to kill him. I'm not gonna lie, that's kind of annoying. We will, however, go ahead and stomp right now to get the Snoop off the battlefield, which may, or fingers crossed, should inhibit his ability to draw more. Yes, you can totally do the thing that makes my spell fizzle, but I just need the Snoop gone. We're both struggling for card draw here, so I'll take the loss of one card to limit your potential of more cards. Okay, we're not gonna attack. We're gonna end the turn. We have 2 protection spells open, so we're doing pretty good. And this deck doesn't really run a whole lot of removal besides the Gem Palms. That's about it. Good, that's a land. I probably would have kept that land. Alright, he just scoops. We'll take it. We'll go ahead and keep the original sideboarding plan and see if that is the correct play. It's actually been a few days since I've seen a Goblins deck, and this deck is only a couple days old. Of course, though it has existed in the past, in previous sets, with different builds, but that is neither here nor there. I know I have my smoky baby girl cat in my lap, and your sister on the chair on top of me. Oh god. I'm gonna learn from those that came before, and I know this is if I have one land, this hand is gas. But we don't have it in hand, so let's just be smart. It's game 3, and we're on the draw. See, that's way better. We'll go ahead, actually probably the Bone Crusher. And we just hope and pray against all other. I guess the question. I think. Oh man, let this be known that I am not. I think our play next turn will be playing a red source, Champion of the Flame, and then we're going to attach an escape velocity to it. Fingers crossed it'll work. Thank God he tapped out for this, by the way. Because he could have really messed up this whole plan if he would have kept that open. We'll go ahead and play the Mountain since we want to retain the utility of playing the pathway as either color. 2 land into a Snoop, maybe? Yay! Oh, you may have it. Okay, then he's just going to decline. He drew the land he needed, but at least he didn't play another creature. Go ahead and continue with the original plan. I suppose he could have like a shock, but I'd be very surprised if he did. We do have a Sweltering Sun, so if we need to panic blow up the board. I'm sorry, honey, my ankle was killing me the way you were sitting. You didn't have to leave. Dad can slightly adjust without you exploding. We'll go ahead and just play a white source. Then we'll play Valduk. And hope and pray against all odds. If he attacks with the Snoop next turn, I think, honestly, if he attacks with either the, well, pretty much actually, as I flail all over the issue. If he attacks with anything really that's on the board or that War Chief on the top, I think I'll actually chump block with Valduk. Seeing how I'm almost always coming out on top, fingers crossed. And if we really need to, we can Karametra's Blessing to try and get underneath it. Okay, you could sack a couple of them. Okay, so that's not the plan here. So what are you doing here, brother? This is going to seem absolutely crazy, but I think the plan is going to be play a Plains. We're going to Karametra's the Champion of the Flame, and with our remaining mana, we're going to Sweltering Suns. We're going to go ahead and attack with both, because maybe he'll... It might actually have been right to... We'll see what he blocks with first. If he blocks with nothing, then I know what I'm doing. There's a... the original point that I was getting at a couple seconds ago. There is a argument to be made to playing the Suns before or after combat. And on this... Yeah, on a snap decision... Did you just let it all through? He lets it all through. Oh, we're so totally gonna Sweltering Suns then. I mean, you can sacrifice it for some stuff, but this deck of yours doesn't have a whole lot of instant speed interaction. Now, this doesn't mean by any stretch of the imagination we're out of the woods, but it feels good. Yeah! The deck kind of did the thing! Woo! That was a good victory. And we're making good time with the video. So we'll probably do one more, provided, you know, some terrible fate does not befall mankind, or, you know, Nuffle, god of the die, looks down upon me in shame, and I roll the equivalent of double attacker down. And I got the rest of the quest. Today's a eventful video. Oop. Sorry, 1 second. A little bit of an audio issue that I need to address. Oh good, someone playing Edgelord Ashiok. Oh, we're at aggro. Hell yeah, on the play, please and thank you. Again, if we have a land, the hand goes off, but we don't, so we won't. That's actually pretty good, all things considered. We'll go ahead and check back one light of the stage here. And I guess we'll just play an all seed. Turn 1. I know, honey. Now, we'll see... Oh, I see somebody splur... Oh, okay, someone's bought the... Pre-ordered the call time thing. Okay, so Temple of Malady. You usually only see those run in 3-color decks, but you never know, I suppose. Yeah, and that's why we have plastic, so when you, like, paw at stuff... You only paw, you know, at plastic, and nothing of any real value. But boy, oh boy, does it kill the audio quality. My sweet silver-haired baby girl. Oh, if he doesn't play a land, I am going to Skyclave the hell out of that bird. Did he brick a land? Please, oh. Wait, what? I lied. Better yet, we're gonna exile the cat. Weirdly, which I know seems like a bit much, but I think it's the only correct thing to do. Because, boy oh boy, do I hate unoriginal decks. And this is probably some just generic cat sacrifice oven crap. Go ahead and attack with the Alseed, because the bird can't kill it. And it's just free life. Now, so far, it appears to only be 2 colors, but cat sacrifice decks will usually can be either 1 of 3 options. Most often is Rakdos, second most often is Jund, and I know there are lists online sometimes floating around that are Golgari, but these are like, rare numbering in the thousands rare. So, I think we'll... we'll play the Valduk, maybe. We haven't drawn any good, like, you know, auras to get this bad boy to go off, but I'm hoping we do next turn. I suppose you could make an argument that it's good for the Skyclave to attack there, and maybe I should have. But it just felt wrong, you know? Sorry. Oh, you... Okay. Phyrexian Tower. I was like, what? Forgot he had that land played. This might actually be an Archon thing. I gotta be honest. Decks like these that are just, like, more or less net decked are not terribly interesting to me. But, of course, it's good to see if a deck can, you know, some homebrew can, like, actually go somewhat toe-to-toe with decks like this. Thank God we exiled the cat. Holy crap. I was about to say, I don't know if he bothers to attack with this one. That's actually pretty good. Okay, so we'll go ahead and play the Vindicator. Just as a dude. And then we'll probably just play the Plains and put the Frenzied Rage on our Valduk and get, hopefully start to get a little crazy. Because he has Menace, if he ends up blocking with both, I'm actually okay with this. I don't think he will. Okay, so if nothing else and we lose this game, a little moment like this can kind of show off what the deck is trying to do. Stick, you know, enchantments, or auras in this case, on payoff creatures in the Boros color pot. That's weird. And just try and get in for very big and explosive damage. Now, we are in a weird spot, but he can always just start churning out food to help pad his life total. Maybe in the sideboard we'll bring in, like, maybe a couple Archons and, maybe a couple Archons and a Roiling Vortex, maybe? Somebody appears to be playing very fast and loose. Okay, so he was Jund this whole time. So at least you got the food golem, so your sleeves and your flavors on skin, my dude. So I can only genuinely give you love and support for that, so there's my credit given, Wiki Man. Where credit is due. Depending on what we draw, I think we have him. No, he can block with... No. Okay. Please draw an enchantment. Like an aura that I can stick to Valduk. And life will be fantastic. Oh my god, we did it! I think. Okay. Hi, Carmel. I know your sissy was hanging out with the cat dad. So we'll play the pathway. Yeah, go ahead and scratch up the chair. This is an old chair, so Dad doesn't mind. So we'll Frenzied Rage under the Valduk. He doesn't have the free mana to sack things, so we're going to go ahead and... It's attached to it, right? Or an equipment. Yes, so we can sacrifice the Owl Seed, targeting Valduk, giving him protection from black, meaning that black creatures cannot block, which is a kind of little small footnote in how protection works. And because he has Menace, the one creature, booyah! The one white token couldn't block, baby! Okay, I'm happy now. I don't care what happens. Everything else is just gravy. We'll go ahead, yeah, we'll go with the original plan of 2 Archons and a Roiling Vortex, and we'll just take out the Vindicators. The Swiftblade Vindicators, as we talked about in the deck tech portion of this, it's more cute, like, tech to bring in, or like good cards, a good couple cards in game 1 that you tech out in like post-board games. Let me get a 2-lander hand. It's fine. That's better. I can actually do something with that. I think we will return the Savior. We only need one good old doggo. And this is kind of why we alluded to, or why we've drawn the knots. Earlier, I alluded to in the deck construction of, if at all possible, trying to get like faster lands. And that's kind of why. If that was a temple, we couldn't do anything turn 1, which might not seem like a lot. Hello, welcome back, sweetheart. As you run off your sister like a big old butt. At least now we have Roiling Vortex. No, we still stick with the original plan. Roiling Vortex. Now we can core Spirit Dancer. You know, I'm gonna actually... No. We're gonna... God, I wanted to attack with that. We'll keep this Alpha Saber, and our play next turn will be Core Spirit Dancer into Escape Velocity to turn on the pressure. We go ahead and let it through. We don't really mind the block as much. Hi, Smoky baby girl. Do you see my mouse on screen? And you're like, ooh, tiny moving object I must get. Hi, baby girl. I do love you. Now, anywho, I apologize about gushing over one of my baby girls. Hi, baby. Hello. Okay. Daddy will come hang out. Oh yeah, come cuddle with the cat dad. Oh, come cuddle with the cat dad. Hi. I know. Luckily, Dad doesn't use that microphone. We discovered that microphone's really quiet. Oh god. This is a good example of like how you can be. Oh, goddamn Coco. Hi, baby. No, it's okay. Daddy just needed to adjust. I love you. I mean, if we need to, we can always just like give it indestructible so it doesn't die. So there's that. Hi. Hello. I love you. Oh god. Well, on its own, we take some good trades. But yeah, that's pretty much what happens. God, I hate net deck stuff. So boring. But again, the deck is doing the thing that it wants to do. Literally might sacrifice it. Oh, right, I forgot I can't sacrifice. That's fine. That's me not remembering how that mechanic works. But god damn, do I hate this shit. So fucking boring. It's alright, we'll play to our outs, because we're doing it for a video, but let it be known on the internet. If I was playing on my own free time, I would have scooped like 2 turns ago. So I have very little patience for just net deck stuff that you just pulled from a tournament. Isn't that right, little tiny baby? I love you, baby. I love you. Is there anything? Hi. I know. Yeah. I guess we just play a Plains and an Archon. He just sacrifices stuff. God, I hate this. Shit is the worst. I literally think we just lose. I mean, like, we can win. It's just we don't have any... Okay, I'm actually gonna quit. Yeah, it's probably better, but fuck me if it's not so fucking boring. People like that haven't had an original thought in their fucking life. Ugh. Sorry, pardon my Nancy boy bitching. But that shit drives me up a wall. But it's okay, because when I drive myself up a wall, I have baby cats. I have my baby girls. Yeah. Well, you're not really... Well, you'll always be my baby, but you're not literal babies anymore. That's actually a pretty good keeper. I mean, we don't have any, like, artifacts to go off, but we're damn near, like, about as good as a two-lander hand can be, like the first one all this entire... Or, we've had for this entire video, so... Let's not look a gift horse in the mouth, shall we? Go ahead and Selfless Savior. Just looking to hopefully pop off, which would be great. Thutsy. Nope, thought it was going to be Thutsies. Go ahead and play the core. Hopefully we draw something cool. No point in attacking, because he just blocks and nothing happens. I mean, this deck is nothing but predictable, I suppose. Yeah. Do you like it, baby Smokey? My little Smokey baby? Yeah. Hanging out with the gut dad. Hanging out with the gut dad. You know what? If he's gonna be really rude and slow roll me, I can pet you, baby. Petting the baby. Petting my baby. Let's see what we draw. Champion of the Flame. Well, I guess we just... maybe we should... yeah, I know, it is nice. Thanks, opponent. You know, I'll probably show a little live edit on the deck. I think we're going to cut one of those Swift Blades for, like, a Plains, maybe. Because there have been weird moments where, like this has happened far too, like, commonly. And just because I'm, like... I'm married to a theme, but I'm not, like, against change and, like, doctoring a deck. Cutting one of the, like, funny tech cards, or personal pet cards, out of the main deck is not gonna... It's not gonna kill the deck, is it, baby? I know. It seems like I'm talking to people, but there's nobody here for you to demand the pets from. Oh, yeah, baby. I love you. Let me see if I can pet you with the mic that came attached to the headphones. I can scratch the baby, or well, yeah, we'll call them scritches. Why not? Even though they're probably not what my baby would want for scritches. Well, hi. I love you. Well, at least we can exile the Woe Strider, which is... It is moments like this, though, that, like, why we have 4 Skyclave apparitions in the deck. There is enough graveyard interaction in the format. Or, well, graveyard interaction is in this weird place. I'm just gonna... Actually, no, don't do that, Max. You can attack. Graveyard interaction is in this weird point. There's several good cards that require escaping, like the Woe Striders or your Elder Giants of the world, where you don't want to fill up their graveyard for them. You need, like, individual graveyard hate as opposed to, like, graveyard hate as a whole, because Historic's graveyard synergy is more individual cards. I guess you would consider that, what, Dredge, kind of? It's more in the vein of Dredge and less in the way of, I guess you would call them, like, Delver kind of graveyards. Or Delirium, I think is the other mechanic of old. So, as a general rule of advice, as we sit here through this just god-awful death by 1,000 cuts kind of game, let that be the takeaway for anybody looking to get into Historic. If you can, you should probably have at least 2 or 3 cards, individual cards, in your main deck that like are targeted. It can either be exiling whole graveyards, but ideally your main board should be targeting single cards in graveyards. If you want to have your Tormod Crypts or your Grafdigger's Cage, if your collection can afford a few rares, or what have you, you know, your mass graveyard hate, that goes for your sideboard. Your main board, you want your like Skyclave Apparitions, your your targeted exile a card kind of thing. That is, at least anecdotally, and Historic is the only format I play, Jack, and I play a fuckload of Magic. Or, well, a lot. I'm sure there are others who beat me, but yeah, that's the general rule. Man, this is just, it's like watching paint dry. God damn. I know, and my baby girl, as cute as you are, you can, oh, thank fucking Christ. Something to do. I don't even care if we win. I just want to do things and play cards, for fuck's sake. Just sitting here waiting for goddamn ever. Oh, it's giving him Gilded Goose activations is what he's waiting on. Confused as fuck for a minute, but like goddamn, my brain was breaking. We'll go ahead and attack with the... You know, honestly, I could probably attack with the SRAM and like make some shit happen here. I mean, yeah, it's giving him cards, but it's also pinging him. And God, I want this game just to be over. Because boy, oh boy, is this just pain and misery incarnate. Isn't that right? My baby Smokey got... Hi. Oh, who's the Nans? So yeah, we'll go ahead. We don't want to give him back the, another creature to sacrifice. So we're going to keep the Skyclave Apparition. Basically, it's a chump blocker, should the need arise. And yes, you could argue it might be a bad idea to give away some card draw, but I just need to like try and get through his board. And if I have to like make bad trades to like make some shit happen, then so be it. We'll go ahead and Spectacle, light up the stage. Maybe have some more, you know, hopes, prayers, dreams, you know, stuff like that. We could have arguably, and maybe it was right to like Selfless Savior the SRAM, but I'm not like totally committed on that. But maybe it's right. You can tell me in the comments below if you think it is. Ding 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 ding. I did the cringy YouTube thing. Isn't that right, baby Smokey? Yeah. Thank God you're here. You make shit bearable, sweet baby. We can't... Well, let's see what we draw here, because I see nothing but green creatures. So, if we kind of draw the nuts here, we can give... Or, like, at this point, damn near fucking anything to make this goddamn game happen faster. Hi, Caramel. Smokers. Sorry, I called you your sister. Ah, thank God. I have returned. But yeah, if we find, like... Hell, even... What, give me... Go up to 2, go to 6. From the Rage, 6 goes to 8. Wouldn't be enough. Goddamn. Oh, that's fucking miserable. But we're getting there, quite honestly. What did he... Oh, it was... Phyrexian Tower. Eating a bird. Just fine. You're not gonna attack. Like, what are you waiting on? What is my life? Okay, what actually is it giving you the opportunity to do? Because you don't have any food. I was like, what the fuck is it? Hey. hold on. I mean, that's not lethal, of course, but it is fucking interesting. And if we need to, we can Selfless Savior. That's actually massive for next turn. So we're going to go ahead and attack with the Core Spirit Dancer, the Valduk, and the Created Token. If we need to Selfless Savior to save the Valduk, we will totally do that. Because I think I see a hole now. We top decked into Escape Velocity, which is great. And even if by some miracle, he has triple, by the way. Even if there you go. By some miracle it dies, I can always escape crap from the yard, or a card from the yard, to give the Core Spirit Dancer itself another aura. Maybe, just maybe, there's a hope and a prayer. Correct, you cannot bolt that in, for you will die. This sounds so silly, but I might actually, maybe, no. Oh, he can sacrifice the food to gain life. That's pretty goddamn miserable. I guess the question is, what does he target with the ping? Because you don't hit my face. That would be silly. The only thing that he can ping is either the bounty, the Alcide, or the... Yeah. Do we actually... That's so goddamn weird, but I think we actually are going to Selfless Savior an Alcide of Life's bounty. Shit, I forgot I have to sacrifice it. Fuck! Wait, what? What are you doing? Oh, okay. I see what... We're fine. We're still fine. I almost really shit the bed on that one. Holy crap. That little fucking Annie clause. That gets me so goddamn often. Yeah, take your fuck off food. I don't care. Okay, so the trick is going to be to see what the fuck we draw. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hang on. Do I just have lethal regardless here, is the question. I think, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He has no mana open, and if he has something stupid like a whatever that free counter spell is that I can't think of. So we're just gonna Skyclave away the asshole Mayhem Devil and swing for the win! Oh my god! Oh, thank god! Maybe that's an example of Max in the future, when you see this later. Maybe you should play to your outs, even if you hate the deck you're playing against. But I think that's honestly probably the best that deck could do. That was a great showing. So yeah, that was today's deck. If you want to watch, you're on YouTube, why don't you sub to the channel? Like it if you like it, and comment if you want to talk. I shall endeavor to reply to all comments I see. I did, however, make a promise, and we're going to add one more Plains, because a lot of that deck early on is a lot of white mana. White mana. Let's avoid that little faux pas. So we'll just... Wait. Add. There we go. Actually, you know what? We'll do one last little look at the Decorino. Actually, how do you... I forgot how you do the... Oh, well, it's fine. For one last little look at Boros Enchantress, here you go. Here's a moment, and we'll scroll down to the land base if you're really interested. But again, that can be changed on the fly. And here is the sideboard. Now, thank you all for watching. Do all the YouTube stuff if you want to. And go play games and Magic. And have a good time. Thank you, and good night.